Alright guys, let me turn off this thing. We're just going to review some hands that I played. Um, the title of this video is going to be PLO8 Mistakes. I make a few mistakes in this tournament. Wasn't really focusing on it, so I definitely didn't play my A game. But these are some common mistakes that I hope you'll learn from. They're definitely mistakes in my book. And let's see if I can get to some of the hands. Fine. Where are we? This hand. Okay. So this is an interesting spot. I get dealt Ace 5, Queen 9 double suited. Very good high potential, decent low potential, not the best low potential, and that's really the weakness of our hand. Ace 5 makes okay lows, but you really want Ace 3 or Ace Deuce if you're making a low hand. Ace 5 does not make too many good low hands. Okay, so right here, it limps around. This guy decides to shove it for about 200 big blinds to call, a little bit less than that. I think given the price and the strength of our hand, it's a good price to call. And it's also implied that 23 will also call if we call. So there's, if you're talking about strictly implied odds, there's an extra like 3,000 chips in the pot from this guy because you know he's going to call if we call. And I think that math is okay. Here's a flop. So this is a pretty terrible flop for us. We can't really make any high hands. So let's say we do hit an ace on the turn. Other lows get there, wheels get there, so we could be drawing dead. There's no really. The only good card for us is like the 4 of not clubs, right? 4 of spades, hearts, or diamonds, because that would give us a wheel. That's really the only 4 of them left in the deck. I think the correct play here would have been to just check fold to any bet, because we're so far behind, even if they have a pair, and really, really far behind any low draws as well. He min bet, then I just call. So I think I should fold here because I really don't have a plan moving forward if I don't turn a 4. So let's say the turn is like a not a 4 but a low card, like 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Those would be pretty bad cards, just because they don't give me the nut low. The only one I really want is a 4, and even though it's like really, really good pot odds to call, he's betting. I had to call 1.2k to win 10k. I still think that it's not a profitable call in the long run, even given the really, really, really good pot odds, like 10 to 1. But yeah, I should just fold it here, had it over with. We're going to see the hands at showdown anyway, so there's really no point in me contesting this pot. So yeah, a fold would have been great. And I'm pretty sure it checks down to the river. Yeah. So we're only going to ace high here, and I could have saved another 1.2k chips. And I don't know. I think stack preservation in that spot would have been better than going 4 outer, and we just lose. Pretty sure. The guy has a set of kings, and I'm sure this guy has like a pair, 2 pair. So yeah, and I just lose that pot. That was avoidable. There might even be an argument for me just folding pre-flop, but given the pot odds and given the strength of my hand, even against these exact hands, I think I had at least like 30%, if not more. Actually, I'll run the math on that. And this is all pre-flop. Post-flop, I made the mistake of calling the single bet. But pre-flop, I think the hands are really close. So this guy had king of diamonds, king of clubs, queen of hearts, 4 of hearts. I have the ace of hearts, 5 of hearts, 9 of spades, and 9 of spades and the, what is that? Queen of spades. And the other guy had ace of spades, three of spades, deuce of hearts, six of clubs. Interesting. So me folding pre-flop would have been better as well, because I only have 25%. And let's say this guy only has like ace deuce XX. I think I'm still far behind that hand that he like overlimps with. Yeah, so he would actually have like 40%. So I guess in that spot I should have just folded pre-flop, given that the first player can literally have a lot of pairs, a lot of ace deuces. I just wanted to get it in with their small stack. So yeah. Alright. Anyways, so that's a mistake that I could have fixed post flop, and then or pre flop, and also post flop. But it's not awful post flop. The biggest mistake was, it's not a terrible mistake pre flop. It is a really bad mistake after the flop. Just calling. Okay, moving on. Not much happens here. Not much happens. Okay. And then 2 hands later, I bust out in this situation. So let's look at this again. Under the gun. Wait a second. What happened? Oh, not that hand. This hand. Alright. So this is a really, really poor high-low hand. But we get checked in the big blind, so we see a free flop. This guy bets 5,000 in into a pot of 6,000, and we have 2 pair with a gut shot. Right, we can make a king for a straight. Yeah. So and we have 2 pair for our boat draws, and I just had to shove for. I mean, it's a pot size bet left, which I'm actually not sure if it's a mistake or not, but I think it's close. Given that our kings weren't cleanouts, right? The king of hearts would not have been good for us. Maybe we can just preserve our stack. But with 2 pair, I think it's fine. The one thing I don't like is having 1, 2, 3 players behind us. It just makes it more likely that our 2 pair might not be good, or people might have better draws than us, like flush draws and the like. So yeah, let's run this out. Yeah, and then when it goes call, I was like, gonna be in big trouble, right? It's just so hard for 2 pair to be ahead there. All right. Because of 5, and it's got bets. Now there's a backup low draw as well, which is no good for our cause because we don't have any low cards. And then 9 bricks off. We just have the 2 pair, and that dude has a straight or something, and this dude has a bigger straight. So yeah, and he flopped it. The problem with this was like our king wasn't even an out. It wasn't even a clean out because someone could already have flopped like the nuts, you know. So yeah, I don't love this play. I think I could have folded to the pot size bet. Given the pot odds, I wonder if my call with just 2 pair was fine. Let's do the math of that. There's no post-flop, pre-flop mistakes because there was no pre-flop action for me. The board was Queen of Hearts, Jack of Diamonds, Ace of Hearts. So against against this guy, we were definitely ahead with 2 pair. But given that this guy had already flopped, the straight, we were drawing really freaking thin. So yeah, the main reason why I would fold that later on is because there's so many huge draws out there, if not someone already flopping the nuts. So I think that's a big mistake there for me to just call. I mean, the ideal situation in that spot would have been like I call and everyone else folds and I get a heads up with this guy. He didn't even make it straight in the river either. Actually, we had the same hand, which is actually pretty terrible. Queen jack, yeah. Yep. So yeah, that was my tournament. Didn't go over super well, but hey, we're learning how to get better at this game. Also, in a $2 buy-in, I think I flopped like the second nut flush with 2 low cards out there. One guy is all in for like 300 chips, and I have like 800 behind, and I decided to reshove after that. And then someone else calls the nut flush, which is unlikely, but I don't hate that play. I did flop like the second nut flush. So most times I would be at least winning half the pot. So I think that was unavoidable. It was just kind of a tough spot. Maybe just flat calling. I don't know. If I flat called and the guy like jammed on me with a nut flush, I would still just go with it. But without a low, yeah. So I think both hands that I busted out in, and my big mistakes were in the big blind, just like seeing a free flop. So maybe I need to be more cautious next time. Regardless, this tournament didn't go over too well. I didn't play my A game. My A game would have been recognizing that there's too many draws behind us to just call with 2 pair here. But we also, it's not a huge mistake because I did have 10 big blinds, and I think that factored into the decision. So yeah, definitely need to work on my short stack of Parliament Omaha game. I'm not sure if I should be shoving that with just 10 big blinds or not, but that's alright. Okay, anyways, those are my tournaments. I'm probably gonna take a break for the rest of the day. We did win one today, so maybe we can just not play anymore. I don't know. I might. Who knows? Anyways, I'm checking out. See you guys later.